Okay, let's look at the next thing that I think is important. Well, it was part of the series on the torso when we looked at the eyes. Now, the eyes lead the movement. The eyes are, it's like if something happened over here, I would need to look at what's happening over there in order to deal with it. So the eyes tend to lead the head, which leads the rest of the body. Now, movement is picked up with peripheral vision. Peripheral vision is a yin quality. It's a very receptive part. You see, when you pull your eyes back into the head, the focus opens, everything relaxes, and you can see peripheral vision. When the eyes shorten, the eye bulges out slightly, and you pick up movement, you pick up focus of where you want the movement to be going. So every movement has a quality of receptivity and creation of yin and yang. So every part of every movement, when the movement is coming in towards us, when there's something's happening, we're receptive, we're soft, we're open, the eyes soften. Then, when I go to give the energy out, my eyes focus on exactly where I want this energy to go to, sort of like a laser beam. The eye is all of a sudden leads the movement. The eyes are not watching my hand move from here to here. The eyes are preceding the hand. The hand is following my vision. Now, this looks very slow, of course. But, for instance, if there was something coming at me, well, I'd see it and catch it. It would be all one fast motion, you see. Because Tai Chi, we do it slowly. It looks kind of stupid in a way. But what happens is the eye is peripheral. It sees the action coming, and then at the end, it focuses as you deal with it. So in Tai Chi, for instance, the punch is coming in. I'm soft. I neutralize. I'm kind of soft. I want to still be aware of what's going on here, of what my partner is doing, but now I'm kind of in control of the energy. And finally, bam, I lead it to right where it wants to go. Okay, that's focus. Now we did an exercise, what I call Guangdong frolics, where we practice just this element, that when you hook up, when you start a movement, it's yin, you're in the side, you're inside, and as you create the movement, the energy builds and moves and comes out to the periphery. The eyes are softened, and as it builds up, they focus. And the last part of every movement is what we call expression of the spirit. Is that the spirit, what we call Shen energy, this sort of overriding consciousness, like our super consciousness, this comes out at the end. It's sort of like, it's all part of my spiritual being, my being, but it's sort of like inside, my spirit is inside my body. And as the energy comes out to express itself, that spirit also expands. It doesn't leave my body. It doesn't break off from me, but my energetic field, my highest energetic fields are expanded to their limit. And then they draw back in and back down. For yin, they return to the source and then yang. And at the end, you want to just feel like, and then it relaxes. It has a lot to do with like pulling a rubber band. You know, these bands that we work with. You pull the band, expand until you can hardly do it, and then you release it, and it's the release of the pressure. You're not pulling it in. It's the release of the pressure which draws it in. It's going to come back. If I let it go, it'll go funk. But there's some control. As I release it, I'm going to ride that in. I'm going to let it pull me in. The spirit returning to the source is going to pull the movement back rather than it just releases and zooms back. I don't want that to happen. I want the returning part to be as gentle and easy as the expanding part was. And it's very much like the tides. When the incoming tide, it takes 3 hours to come in or whatever it is, and it plays around when it's at the high tide a little bit. And then it turns around and it takes 3 hours to move back out. Right? So it's the same thing with the Taiji movements, that we're high tide and low tide, and so the eyes are going to help us. Do you remember this Guanggong, where we imagined we were underwater and we had this log, and we were pressing it? We exhaled. Inhaled. Here, we inhale to gather. I connect this Lao Kung point, which we'll talk about in a moment, to the log. Then as I exhale, I get the log going using starting the outside of the leg. Then my consciousness leads this energy out to the side until it's fully gone. I let this log go and I watch it go. Then I relax and return back to the source, gather to the inside of the foot, and etc.